welcome to Deadly Dames, and this is the next part of our Halloween challenge. So I'm hoping to catch up because we fell way behind with this challenge, and this weekend's my chance to try and catch up. So we're on to G and H. So let's start with Granny. Now, Claire's actually not available to do this review, but she did suffer this film with me. This movie was awful. I wish I could say something good about it. The only thing I can say about this film, and this is that it was very low budget, and I suppose they did okay for a really low budget film, but it's basically about a group of friends in a house, and it starts off with some telling, excuse me, it starts off with some telling kind of ghost stories to each other, and one of them involves a granny, and that's where the granny comes from, and one of the girls in particular is very scared of this story. So then strange things start happening in the house, and people start disappearing, and I think they probably took a lot of inspiration from the movie April Fools, because, and I'm really not ruining anything for you, in fact I'm probably making this movie sound better by actually telling you what happens in it, by spoiling the amazing granny. That was sarcasm, but basically it's a prank gone wrong film. So when they find out this girl's scared of a granny, they set it up to make it look like Granny's killing everybody, and the prank goes wrong, very much like so many other films. I'm trying to think, like Sorority Row, and as I said, April Fools. That's a bit of a different film, but you know, I can't for the life of me think of any other movies other than Sorority Row where the prank goes wrong, but I know there's hundreds of them. But you can let me know below. But yeah, so the prank goes wrong, and the girl that they did it to dies, and that's the big finale of the movie. It was just, I didn't care about any of the characters. It was extremely 90s, so it was hard to look at their terrible haircut and bleach blonde hairs. I don't know why in the 90s people thought that was good, and the soundtrack was just not right with the film. I struggled at one stage, and Claire and I had to kind of play a bit of it and fast forward, because it kind of hit this lull halfway through where not much happened, and we were like, oh no, we literally can't do this, but we forced ourselves to get to the end thanks to the speedy fast forward button where you can still hear it, it's just to sound a little chipmunky. So it's needless to say, I will not be watching Granny again. It's definitely going in the trade-in pile. Excuse me. What I will say is we went to see Snowman at the Odeon the other day there, and Granny was better than Snowman, so Snowman was 2 hours of my life, which I'm never getting back, so at least I can say that it's better than that. And on the cinema notes, go watch Happy Death Day. It's a black comedy, but it's very, very good and very funny. So the next one that I watched, so Claire didn't watch this, was Hell. On an opposite from Granny, Hell was actually very, very good. What I liked about the movie Hell is it's basically about a group of 2 sisters and a guy, and then it ends up being 2 guys that they've kind of met along the way, trying to survive together in a post-apocalyptic world. So basically in this world, the sun has started to heat up to the point where everything on the planet is burning, and water's running out, and food's running out, and everything's going crispy. And the humanity's starting to die, and you're following these group of people who are trying to find water in order to survive. I'm going to pause this just for a second so that I can drink water. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I don't know if you other YouTubers are the same as me, but I can sit fine all day, and the minute that I press play to these videos, I start coughing and like having to clear my throat, and it drives me mad, and then you end up needing to go get water. But I'm still suffering from that stupid tickly cough. Anyway, back to Hell. That sounded strange. Yeah, so they're trying to survive in this post-apocalyptic world where the earth is dying, and you're following them trying to get further and further out of the city and going towards country, in the hope that there's maybe still water and grassland and somewhere on the planet that they can live. Now what I love about this is it's kind of 2 movies merged into one, because the first part of the movie is that it's post-apocalyptic and they're trying to live in this ruined earth, and the second part's almost like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or The Hills of Eyes, because They then end up being captured by this crazy farm family who are refusing to leave their farm and move into, like, try and find a different way of living. And they basically just say they're farmers and that's what they'll keep doing. And you can see where I'm going with this. So they decided to keep farming, but with people, because all their cattle was dead. So they capture stragglers that they can find to set up traps and then basically eat the people. So as I said, if this was, take away the post-apocalyptic part, I'm so sorry, and this is just a movie about cannibals, well, that's a movie you've seen a million times. In fact, there's a mum that's in charge of these cannibals, and it's very similar to, like, the most recent American Horror Story, the Roanoke, where they have the scene with the mum and the sons in that are cannibals. It's quite similar to that. But if you took away the post-apocalypse bit, it would be like a movie you've seen a million times. But adding that in made this movie very different. So you were not just having to deal with these people wanting to eat you, and for the women, use you. I know you know exactly what I'm saying, but in reality that's what would happen, and it's awful. But they're also dealing with, they can't go out in direct sunlight because they'll burn, and it'll blind them. So it was a really different take on that kind of cannibal story or that apocalypse story, and I really liked the two of them being merged together. I enjoyed this movie so much so that I'm going to definitely recommend that Claire watches it. It was just really, really good. I really enjoyed it. So at least the horror of Granny was replaced by the quality of hell. It is a German movie, so there is subtitles, but that doesn't ruin the film. I hate it when people say if a movie's got subtitles they won't watch it. Some of my favourite films, some of the best movies I've ever seen are movies with subtitles. And definitely would recommend giving Hell a go. It's definitely a movie I'm glad that I actually got around to watching. So hopefully you liked these reviews, and if you've seen any of these movies and you agree or disagree, obviously just leave some comments below. I do apologise for my coughing and clearing the throat the whole way through, but for whatever reason, as soon as I hit that play button, that's me. It just decides to start coughing and doing that. So I do apologise. And I'm going to go and try and get through the rest of this pile. I have watched another two, so I'll do another review shortly. But my challenge this weekend is to catch up on these because I've fallen way behind. And as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and take care.